Started and today we are having a topic, right? So electrical energy management on electrical motors, right? So we are just going to have a small video clip, right? So this is video, right? So video clip for a mining purpose, right? So mining instance உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இல்லையா, that's called will have a NLC, so Naval Lignite Corporation. So அங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா they are just going to dig the ground, right? Around they just dig into around 1.5 kilometers from ground level, and they just go with that mining process, right? So kid underground la போயிட்டு they're just going to do some digging operation, right? Then only they just got a lignite coal, right? ஸோ அதை நான் மேலே கொண்டு வரணும் இல்லையா? ஸோ ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கோ வித் தட் லிஃப்டிங் பர்பஸ், லிஃப்ட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ லிஃப்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு அரௌண்ட் 2 கிலோமீட்டர்லேருந்து கீழே கிரவுண்ட்லேருந்து லிஃப்ட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ இந்த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் டன்ஸ், ரைட்? 110 2 ton மெட்டீரியல் ஐ நீட் டு கோ வித் இட். ஸோ கன்வேர் பெல்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. சம்டைம்ஸ் தே இன் ஹியூமன்ஸ் தே ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் ஒர்க்கிங் அண்டர் கிரவுண்ட் அரௌண்ட் 1.5 கீழே இருக்காங்கன்னா the humans, right? So we need to give a materials, right? So that materials, we are tools, right? So mechanical tools we need to give it them, and for that purpose they were using electrical cranes, right? So that crane is now running under with the help of electrical motors, right? So now we'll have small application of electrical motors in that area, right? So I'm just going to play it. So we need to consider that motor health actually. ஏன்னா லாஸ்ட் மந்த் கூட நீங்க வாட்ச் பண்ண நியூஸ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும், அரௌண்ட் 7 members they have got died in mining coal plant, right? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயம் நடக்குது. கீழே மைன் பண்றப்ப சைடு வால் என்ன ஆகணும், அப்படியே டியூ டு கிராவிட்டி என்ன ஆகும், அப்படியே சாஞ்சிரும், அவங்க உள்ள இறந்துருவாங்க. அஸ் வெல் அஸ் இந்த மைனிங் ஹோஸ்ட்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ரோப் திடீர்னு ஃபால்ட் ஆயிட்டு கட் ஆயிடும். ஸோ த என்டையர் லிஃப்ட் இஸ் நவ் அரௌண்ட் 2 கிலோமீட்டர் கீழே வேகமா போய் விழுந்துச்சுன்னா அதுல இருக்கிற இறந்துருவாங்க. So many things is now here. That's safety is much important thing, right? So we need to go with it.
ABB Mining, a partner to rely on. Mining is one of the oldest industries in the world, and one of the industries ABB has served for the longest time. With more than a century of experience, ABB has developed systems and experience to take on any mine hoist project worldwide. Today, ABB is the largest global supplier of complete mine hoists, with a unique capability to design and install entire mine hoist systems. As ABB designs both the mechanical and electrical equipment for a mine hoist in-house, the productivity and safety is optimized for the entire system. The complete range of ABB systems cover mine hoist equipment in deep and shallow mines, for transporting rock as well as personnel and material. The various types of systems include friction and drum hoists. ABB also supply the shaft equipment for productive hoisting processes. A typical mine hoist delivery includes mechanical equipment, brake systems, electrical and control systems, shaft equipment. Availability is always critical in mine hoist systems. The ABB systems are designed for high productivity with maximum reliability and safety. Our advanced engineering is supported by a quality management system which covers all aspects from design to commissioning. In addition, ABB can provide long-term service and support of the complete mine hoist system. With global and local presence, there is always a skilled ABB service engineer close at hand to ensure productivity is maximized. Over the years, ABB has installed hoist systems for all purposes. Over 700 mine hoist projects have been delivered to more than 30 countries worldwide, with impressive results. Our installations include friction and drum hoists, both tower and ground mounted in all sizes. Delivery of a mine hoist system from ABB always means a delivery of a proven and robust solution using modern technology. So, a complete mine hoist system from ABB is not only a choice of proven integrated technology, it is also a choice of availability, reliability and safety.
So நல்லா வாட்ச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரியும், the drum is now responsible for hoisting purpose, right? So the entire, this is called a bigger wheel, right? So which is now attached with my electrical motors. So this is my three-phase induction motor, right? So it's around 1,200 horsepower, right? So imagine 1,200 horsepower, not just in a bigger motor actually, right? Which is now connected with this side, and we are just going to monitor that motor actually. So because of hoisting purpose, it will cause more vibration on the shaft actually. Because of mechanical load is pulled away from around the 200 and 300, sorry, 2,000 meters from down, right? So down level, we are just going to pulling right now, so that much torque is going to generated over here. So due to that mechanical torque, so there is a mechanical vibration as well as soft misalignment and voltage, right? So current, everything is now, it's now getting much higher in my motor side. So for that purpose, I'm just going with that my motor side. I'm just going to, what are the things I'm just going to monitor my motor side. So this is the ultimate aim actually today. I'm just going to share my PPT, so it will be useful for you people, right? So I'm just going to share my window. 1 second. So I'm just going to share my window. Yes, I think my screen is visible, right? So in my motor side, so we're just going to focus on these type of stuff. So we're just going to focus on, if it is a AC motor, so definitely we need to consider, right? So these are the following factors, right? So then only we could able to manage the electrical power which is consumed by the electrical motors, right? So because we already started about 70% of electricity is now consumed by only electrical motors in any industry. அது மைனிங்கா இருக்கலாம், இல்ல டெக்ஸ்டைல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியா இருக்கலாம், or maybe food industry, right? So what are the type of industry we have discussed something many industries, right? So எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியுமே motors is playing a much role, many role, right? So because of that only, the world electricity is now 70% to 60 to 70% only consumed by electrical motors. So இப்போ மேஜரா எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி கன்சியூம் ஆகுறது only in electrical motors தான். ஸோ இப்போ எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் எனர்ஜி நான் வேஸ்டேஜை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும்னா ஐ நீட் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் who are all the fellows, they are just going to get a more electricity. அப்படிங்கிற சர்வே எடுத்து பார்த்தோன்னா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் அரௌண்ட் வில் ஹாவ் அ சர்வே அரௌண்ட் 60 to 70% எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் மோட்டர்ஸ் தான் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி எனர்ஜி அதிகமாக கன்சியூம் பண்ணி வில் ஹாவ் அ சர்வே. ஸோ அப்போ டெஃபினட்டாக ஐ நீட் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் இன் டு மை மோட்டர்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ மோட்டர்ஸ் மேலே ஐ நீட் டு கிவ் மை ஃபோக்கஸ், என்டையர் ஃபோக்கஸ், ஹவு த எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் மோட்டர் இஸ் கன்சியூம் மச் எனர்ஜி அண்ட் வேர் அண்ட் விச் டைம், and whether it's consumed on electricity is now converted into mechanical output convert ஆகுதுங்கிறத I need to think, right? So அப்படி இல்லாம மெக்கானிக்கல் அவுட்புட்டே வராம ஜஸ்ட் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி எனர்ஜி மட்டும் கன்சியூம் பண்ணிருந்துச்சுன்னா the motor is now wasting much electricity energy. Then I'm just going to need to replace that electrical machine, or maybe I need to replace that mechanical part which is attached to my motor. So anyway, I need to think like that, right? So first thing, in my left side, these are the electrical quantity, electrical factors, electrical things which I need to monitor. So initially we have a thing, first thing we're just going to go with the electrical voltage, that's called voltage, current, and the peak current or peak voltage, as well as power factor, and as well as frequency I need to monitor, and harmonic levels, right? So these are the things, basic things we need to focus, right? So these are the sensors which is going to useful to measure these the quantities. If I am just going to measure voltage, I need to go with it potentiometer, that's called a potential transformer, that's called PT, we'll call it as PT, potential transformer. If you're just going to measure the current flow inside that motor, we'll just go with that CT, that's called a current transformer, right? So we'll have phase, power factor, frequency, we'll have VFD, we can able to get it in real time, and phase angle, right? So power factor. So it's the most important thing in industry. If you are using inductive type of machine because of every electrical motor is now induction motor, so there is an induction property which will be occurring because of coil is now which is wounded in my motor. So due to Faraday's law of induction, even motor is also giving external power supply. So they know which will go into opposite input power supply. It will give you power factor thing, this power factor deviation. So we need to do a power factor correction also, right? So and then by using VFD, that's called variable frequency drive, we could able to save much electricity, right? Based upon load, the VFD, that variable frequency drive, is going to give a power supply to the particular motor. It's the best idea actually. But doing VFD, so VFD is nothing but very inside, that's a number of power electronic switching devices will be there. So by triggered on those power electronic switches, the entire VFD is going to deliver a power supply based upon the required amount of mechanical load. So by switching, so that switching in the sense on off, right? That's called. So my MOSFET IGBT, which they are just involved in VFD. right? So by fast switching, so on and off, on and off. So there is a switching surges that's called voltage surges is going to happen inside that entire power supply. That's called, it will introduce harmonics in our power supply. So by introducing a frequency, there is a frequency converter. So inverter may be right. And there is a one more thing is now going to introduce in our power supply, that's called harmonics. Due to harmonics, right? So your entire conductor is going to get a more heat, right? So more heat touch and the mechanical thermal property is going to lose, up a power supply is going to decrease. So everything it has its own advantage as well as disadvantage. We're just going to see. And first thing, there is a around 6 to 8 steps will be there doing energy management, electrical energy management on electrical motor, right? So in first step, we just go with the general management, right? Energy management and my electrical motors, right? So first thing, we need to have a motor management plan. So based upon this only, we are just going to go with it management of electrical energy in motors, right? So by having motor management, motor electricity management, so we could able to save electricity energies. That's why I told that. So this is a simple thing. So you could see. I'm just going to understand. Sorry, underline. So by doing energy management on my electrical motor side, so you could, because why I'm just going with that. So because of this electrical motors only going to consuming around, I told that 60 to 70% of electricity in industry that is consuming by these motors. So definitely நான் இங்க தான் energy waste பண்றது reduce பண்ண முடியும். Then for that purpose I'm just go with the motor management plan, right? So by having this motor management plan, so your company is going to save much electricity energy, right? So by doing electricity management, so ஒரு motor ஒரு for example 2005 we just installed some applications. You're not having any management monitoring thing in my motors. So how you could able to identify whether the motor is still in that same condition or maybe அங்க இருக்கானே யாருக்கு தெரியாது. So for that to go with it, we need to go with it regular maintenance, right? So that's called management, right? So we need to go with it first thing. By doing those energy management on motor, we could able to avoid motor failure, right? So because of daily we are having monitoring session, so definitely we could able to have data in the past 6 month data, 1 year data. By having this data we could able to find out failures, right? So by avoiding failures we could able to have a much energy, as well as we could able to reduce electricity energy, right? I'm just go with it. So how we are just going to do a motor management plan, how we are just going to plan, right? So first thing, we are just go with that survey, right? So what are the motors in my companies we have installed? So first thing, we are just go with it, what are the types of motors, what are the size of motors we have installed for different applications. For example, நம்ம இது பார்த்தோம் dyeing industry. So pumping motor பார்த்தீங்கன்னா around 5 HP சொன்னேன். That's loading motor around will be 2 HP தான் சொன்னோம். That's center machine, right? So rolling will be 5 HP, blower will be 3 HP. So we'll have different types based upon loads. We need to choose different types of motor size. So size is more much important thing in applications, right? So we are just go with it. First we need to have a survey on my entire industry, so before doing motor management, right? What are the different types of motors which is already installed in my motor? That's why it's called a motor survey. And then we are just going to install a tracking program. So this is not a tracking, it's a very important thing. We'll have a energy audit team in our industry. They will go regularly, so right, so they will go regularly, time interval or periodical, will based upon an energy audit process. We'll have a team, so we'll have a metering systems, right? So we'll have voltmeter, ammeter, that's called handheld multimeters will be there. So we could able to see randomly while in motor is operation, we could able to find out so whether motor is running in a good condition, right? So if it is a 3-phase motor, right, so R phase, Y phase, B phase, we need to randomly check it out. So we're just going to regular monitoring basis. We are just going to around 8 o'clock. So we're just going to while we are having meters, we are just going to check it the motor voltages, right? So face to face voltage and face to line voltages and current flow in each phases, we need to check it out. So for example, 5 HP motor, 3-phase power supply, so around 7.5 ampere around the current is going to drop. So each phase level current போயிட்டு இருக்கு, we need to calculate, right? So per phase around 7.5 போதா இல்ல 6 amps போதா, lower phase we need to check it out. So the both 3-phase R, Y, B the current flow which is consumed by that motor is now it will be equal to other phases, right? So around 6 ampere ஒரு R phase போகுதுன்னா அதே 6 amps தான் Y phase போகணும், right? So otherwise, for example, let us consider one example. R phase 10 amps consume பண்ணிட்டு B phase only 3 amps தான் எடுத்ததுன்னு என்ன ஆகும்? That's called, so R phase current is now going in much higher than my B phase. R phase மட்டும் என்ன ஆகும்? The temperature is going to be much high. அப்ப B phase sorry R phase இருக்கிற conductors என்ன ஆகும்? Weakness ஆயிடும். Weak ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா then it leads to failure, right? So we need to go with it. So if it's going something, we need to switch off the motors and we need to debug it. So we need to rectify it. So இது நம்ம மானிட்டர் பண்ணாம பீரியடிக்கலா மானிட்டர் பண்ணாதான் we could able to find out. So this is called energetic process or first thing. So tracking programs, we can go with that IoT based also, right? So I've told that in physically we are just moving by 8 o'clock morning, and we are not going to stand by around 12 hours or 24 hours, right? So we are not able to stand, right? So that's why we are just going to install meters, right? So we are just going to install standby meters, which is my motors. So அந்த மீட்டர் என்ன பண்ணும்? It's going to do a data logging. So that's called a data acquisition. We already last class that's called architecture we have discussed, right? So this is called architecture we have discussed somewhere in my ebook I told, right? So that is a data acquisition system will be attached, right, with the help of meters. So throughout the day or throughout the week, it's going to logging the entire data. And weekly once we're just going and we're just going to collect or download that entire data from that data acquisition system, which is inserted in my motors, right? So then I'm just going to download it and I'm just going to see as a graph in my computer, right? I'm just going to insert it and I'm just going to graph. See, பார்க்கறப்ப தெரியும் 12 மணிக்கு எத்தனை மணிக்கு வோல்டேஜ் பீக் வந்திருக்கு, எவ்வளவு கரண்ட் போயிருக்கு, டெம்பரேச்சர், we could have it. That's called tracking program. And then once these things finish, then we'll go with the development and guidelines of proactive or replacement decision. So for example 2005 I'm just going to install motors, right? So இப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்படி இருக்கும், கண்டிப்பா அதோடைய பைண்டிங்ஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப that's called varnish பண்ணிருப்பாங்க, that's called insulations, right? So in my motors there's a varnish insulations la இருக்கும். After 5 years or 6 years continuous number of operating hours என்ன இருக்கும், temperatures increase ஆயிருக்கும். Temperatures increase ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா காயிலுக்கு மேல இருக்கிற அந்த insulation materials is now getting aged actually. So varnish and those insulation material is going to be vanished because of due to maximum number of operating hours. So operating hours அதிகமா இருந்துச்சுன்னா temperature of my motor is getting increase ஆயிருக்கும். So temperature which leads you that insulation is getting drop. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணும், insulation drop ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா magnetism எனக்கு create ஆகாது. So motor is getting a failure, right? So for that purpose we are just going to have a decision. So by doing this survey and the tracking only, we could be able to have a decision whether I need to repair my motor or I'm just going to replace the winding. So we need to go with that. So by doing monitoring and measuring only, we could have a proactive decisions, right? So whether I need to replace a motor with new motor or I'm just going to replace a winding. So these things will be happening once the survey and the tracking is happening. So and if the motor is now getting failure, right? So we need to go with rewinding, or maybe we're just going to replace with new motors. We need to prepare for a motor failure actions. And once the motor is getting failure, totally failure, so we couldn't able to do winding. So rewinding பண்ண முடியல அப்படின்னா, then they will go with a purchasing new motor, right? So purchase பண்றப்ப they will go with that. Currently ஒரு 5 இயர்ஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி வாங்கின மோட்டார்ஸ் இஸ் நவ மார்க்கெட்ல அப்படியே இருக்குமா, இருக்காது, அப்டேட் ஆயிருக்கும். தட்ஸ் கால்ட் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் 5 ஸ்டார் மோட்டார்ஸ் நவ இட்ஸ் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ்ட். ஸோ வில் கோ வித் தட் நியூ எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டார்ஸ். அண்ட் தென் இந்த மோட்டர்ஸ்க்கும் ரிப்பேர் எத்தனை வருஷத்துல வரும், ஸோ எவ்வளோ ஹவுமனி ஆப்ரேட்டிங்ஸ் அதுக்கப்புறம் வரும், வி நீட் டு கோ வித் தோஸ் திங்ஸ். ஸோ அண்ட் தென் nowadays ஒரு 5 இயர்ஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி வாங்கின மோட்டர்ஸோட டெக்னாலஜி இப்போ இஸ் நவ் கெட்டிங் டோட்டலி அப்டேட்டட். தட்ஸ் கால்டு வயர்லெஸ் சென்சார்லாம் வந்திருக்கும், தட்ஸ் கால்டு ஐஓடி சென்சார்ஸ் வந்திருக்கும். ஸோ வி ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் வித் இட் predictive maintenance program. Nowadays we'll have a predictive maintenance, that's called IoT based things, right? So real time data is now coming from that sensors, and we'll have a machine learning program which is running in my centralized room, centralized control station. Whenever the motor is going to give you unpredictable data, that's called a temperature is allowable temperature around 80 degrees Celsius அப்படின்னு நம்ம ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணி வச்சிருந்தோம்னா throughout the data we are not able to stand nearby the motor, we could able to physically seize those data. Once we have just installed many sensors in my motors, so this sensors is real-time sensors, right? So this will give you real-time data, right? And we'll have monitoring station in my monitoring central control room. So control room I'll have my entire data is coming from the sensors, it will be monitored, and I'm having a threshold level. Whenever the motor is any motors, right? Which motor, any motor is now going to cross this particular threshold value, there is a trigger alarm. So trigger alarm வந்துச்சுன்னா then will physically alert our that section managers or section supervisors. So just go and visit that motor, right? So something is happening to that motor, just go with it அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம trigger பண்ணிக்கலாம். By doing these things we could able to do bigger management of my motors, right? So the motor health we could able to monitor, and this is the overall management plan. So we am just going to move second thing that's called maintenance, right? So நான் சொன்னாலே maintenance என்னென்ன பார்க்கலாம். So we'll have a first thing. So we'll have, by doing a maintenance we could able to do motor life we could able to increase, that's called prolong. So we could able to increase the motor life, right? So by doing maintenance, என்னென்ன maintenance பண்ணலாம். First thing we'll go with it varnish, that's called insulation, right? So varnish we're just going to go with it varnish. So insulation material we could change, that's called lubrication also we could able to check, and motor ventilation, that's called ஒரு 5 years ஒரே இடத்துல ஓடிட்டு இருந்துச்சுன்னா நமக்கு டஸ்ட்லாம் அதில் பட்டிருக்கும், and மோட்டரோட வென்டிலேஷன்ஸ் குறைஞ்சிரும். ஸோ ஏர் ஃப்ளோ இல்லைனா மோட்டரோட டெம்பரேச்சர் இஸ் கெட்டிங் இன்க்ரீஸ்ட். So for that purpose we go with check with that. And then motor alignment, right? So motor alignment in the sense rotor bearing. So rotor is now attached to my bearing, so I need to go with that bearing checking, right? And we'll go with it. This is one more thing, voltage imbalance, right? So we'll discuss in later. So voltage imbalance, right? So R phase, Y phase is a base, I told that, right? So மூணு ஃபேஸ்லயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா around phase to neutral, if it is a 440 voltage motor, 3-phase 440 voltage motor, right? So there is a R phase and Y phase and B phase. So R to neutral will be 230 voltage இருக்கணும், and Y to neutral, this is called phase to line voltage, and if it is a R to Y phase it will be around 430 இருக்கணும். In sometimes, right? So Y to B phase it will be around 350 அப்படி காமிச்சது அப்படின்னா, right? So if I'm just going to consider R to Y 440 வருது, Y to B 390 and B to R 350 வந்துச்சு, என்ன அர்த்தம்? The motorல winding is now getting somewhat leakage, right? So windingல ஏதோ issue இருக்கு, so we need to stop this motor and we need to go with it. So this is called voltage imbalance, we'll see later. And right, so this preventive maintenance is now, it will increase your life, motor's life, right? So that's called predictive maintenance, right? So that's called predictive and preventive maintenance. By doing IoT based sensors, right? So and devices we could have preventive maintenance. Last class I have shown one video, that's ABB video. You could able to save your electricity energy around 2 to 30% because of predictive maintenance. Because why I told that around ஒரு 80 degree temperature அந்த மோட்டர் ரீச் பண்ண உடனே என்ன பண்றேன், நான் மோட்டர் ஆஃப் பண்ண சொல்றேன். ஏன்னா இந்த மாதிரி வோல்டேஜ் இம்பேலன்ஸ் நடந்ததுன்னா மோட்டர் ஆஃப் பண்ண சொல்றேன். இது எல்லாமே ப்ரிவென்டிவ் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ்ல தான் நான் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். ஐஓடி பேஸ்ட் திங் தான் we could able to find out. Otherwise manual monitoring we couldn't able to predict it. And this is a plant or GIF image actually. So here every sensors, right? So every machines which is now here is now also motor, because robotic amla motor irukku, in the robotic amla motor irukku in the, right? And then we'll have PLC DC but central controlling system. இங்க ஒரு pipeline இருக்கு, so அதுல fluids போயிட்டு இருக்கு. And in the room இது that's called ஒரு vertical column. இதுல வந்துட்டு we are having a storage of gas, actually gas or steam. So இதுல pressure monitor பண்றாங்க. Here also motors, and here also ஒரு Vargas line flow robot. So everything is now data, right? So these data are now is now getting with the help of wireless, that's called IoT based sensors, right? So it's as industrial kamana sort of, for example, right? So every data is now sending into my this is called wireless sensors. So every data is now getting through this wireless technique, right? So by having this wireless technique we could able to easily detect, right? So it is fully centralized control system, so we could able to find out a number of data. So we'll have a threshold technique, right? So we'll need to program like that. So in the program SCADA எழுதலாம், maybe நீங்க DCS எழுதலாம், maybe நீங்க, right? So labi கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், right? So it's called supervisor control data acquisition system, that's called SCADA or DCS, distributed control system. So இதுல என்ன பண்ணணும்னா we need to program, right? So we need to give a threshold level. So இந்த pressure பாத்தீங்கன்னா around ஒரு 10 bar 100 barக்கு மேல போச்சுன்னா we need to stop this control valve, right? So we need to stop further. இங்க உள்ள போக this pressure build பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு valve இருக்கும், right? So அது நம்ம இதுக்கு இன்லெட்டா ஸ்டாப் பண்ணணும். if we just crossed 100 bar, அப்ப இங்க ஒரு ஹியூமன் வந்துட்டு 24 hours நின்னுட்டே இருக்கணும், இந்த மீட்டர் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கணும், அப்பதான் we are just going to stop it. If it is everything is automized, right? So whenever the sensor is giving 100, 100.2 or 0.01, automatically input value is going to set off. So based upon this entire programming technique, right? So this is a simple example for giving a predictive maintenance system, right? By doing this type of predictive maintenance, we could able to uh, reduce around 2 to 30%. So மற்ற எதுலையும் நீங்க பண்ண முடியாது, right? So general maintenanceலாம் அதில் பண்ணவே முடியாது. By doing predictive maintenance only, you could able to save your motor's life as well as increase your motor life, right? And third one, so energy efficient motor. With the help of energy efficient motor, என்ன சார் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டர் என்ன சார்னு கேட்கலாம். நார்மல் மோட்டர் நம்ம கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். What is called energy efficient motor? So it's nothing but the motor is going to decide with the help of copper development association. So இந்த associationல சில ரூல்ஸ்ல வச்சிருக்காங்க. இந்த ரூல்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா you could able to increase your motor life as well as this motor is going to consume that much energy ன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்கள் ஒரு ஆர்எக்ஸ் ஆர்எக்ஸ் 100 ஃபியூல் நல்லா சாப்பிடுது. த சேம் வே பஜாஜ் கம்பெனியோட சிடி 100 பைக் எவ்வளோ எனர்ஜி கன்சியூம் பண்ணுது, வி கேன் ஹேவ் தட் என்டையர் திங், ரைட்? ஸோ இது 100cc 4-stroke என்ஜின். ஸோ அது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அரௌண்ட் 125 RX 100cc என்ஜின். போத் ஆர் பெட்ரோல், both are two wheeler, both are 100cc, both are petrol and both are all Newton torque, right? So இதோட டார்க் மட்டும் அதிகம். இது 2-stroke engine, அது 4-stroke engine. பட் எனிவே ஃபியூவல் என்னமோ சேம் தான். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் சி மைலேஜ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது 100 கிலோமீட்டர் மைலேஜ் தருது. இது ஒன்லி 30 to 20, 20 to 40. Just imagine how they just designed that engine actually, how the power is could be transmitted. So because of that engineering structure, right? So the same way in energy motors. So hereafter many things they will start with that energy efficient motor. That's called, there is a standard NMEA, National Motor Electrical Association, NMEA, and IEC. நீங்க மோட்டரோட நேம் பிளேட்லாம் போய் பாருங்க. I will just show you some of the pictures. So IEC 1, IEC 2, IEC 3 and IEEE motors. So இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய certified motors இருக்கு. So these are the motors that's called IEEE, IEC, International Electrical Conference. These are the associations, right? So இவங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு பாலிசிஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அந்த பாலிசி படி மோட்டர் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணா இவ்வளவு எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி வேஸ்ட் இது குறைக்கு ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும். அவங்க சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் வில் டிஸ்கஸ் ஃபோர் கமிங் கிளாஸஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி மோட்டர்ஸ்லாம் தே வில் கால் இட் அஸ் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டர்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ எப்படி நம்ம சொல்ல முடியும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, பை இம்ப்ரூவ்டு டிசைன், பெட்டர் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ், காப்பர்லேயே இன்னும் குவாலிட்டியான காப்பரை மேக் பண்ணுறது, அண்ட் ப்ராப்பர் வென்டிலேஷன் அண்ட் கூலர்ஸ், ஸ்டே கூலர், தட்ஸ் கால்டு. மோட்டருக்கு மேலே ஸ்லாட் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கூலருக்கு நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா மோட்டர்ஸ் கொடுக்கறது. அண்ட் கூலர் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா இட் வில் ரெடியூஸ் ஹீட் லாசஸ். அண்ட் பேரிங் வந்துட்டு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நல்ல பேரிங், ஒரு ஹை குவாலிட்டி பேரிங் அசைன்மெண்ட் கொடுக்கறது. பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் பேரிங், நல்ல ஒரு ஹை குவாலிட்டி பேரிங் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா மோட்டர் இஸ் நவ் கெட்டிங் வைப்ரேட் ஆகுது வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். பிகாஸ் பேரிங் தான் அதுக்கு பால் பேரிங், ரைட்? ரோட்டரி இஸ் நவ் ரொட்டேட்டிங் டியூ டு மேக்னெட்டிக் அப்பல்ஷன் ரிப்பல்ஷன் ஃபோர்ஸஸ். அண்ட் அந்த அவுட்புட் தான் என்னுடைய ரோட்டர் அவுட்புட்லேருந்து எடுக்கிறேன். ஸோ அப்போ பால் பேரிங் தான் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுது அந்த ரோட்டரோட மெக்கானிக்கல் சப்போர்ட்டுக்கு. இப்போ பால் பேரிங் கரெக்டாக இருந்ததுன்னா நல்லாவே சுற்றும். தேர் இஸ் நோ ஃப்ரிக்ஷன். ஸோ பால் பேரிங்ல ஃப்ரிக்ஷனே இல்லைன்னா ரோட்டர் ஃப்ரீயாக சுற்றும். மோட்டர் ஃப்ரீயாக சுற்றுச்சுன்னா கரண்ட் அதிகமாக எடுக்க தேவையில்ல. ஃப்ரிக்ஷன் அதிகமாக இருக்குன்னா பேரிங்ல இஷ்யூ இருக்கும், இல்லை கப்பல் இஷ்யூ இருக்கும். ஸோ இட் வில் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் லெஸ் வைப்ரேஷன் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஒவ்வொரு பாயிண்ட்டையும் தே ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு கன்சிடர் இன் மைண்ட், ரைட்? வைல் மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டர்ஸ், ரைட்? So this will give you energy wastages. So reduce pannu. So energy wastage it will reducing, right? So this is called Copper Development Association Fellow, CDA, right? So based on Energy Policy Act 1982, they have around in the motors pathina around it will give you payback, right? So once we are just going to buy energy efficient motors in our industry, this will give you payback around 1.5 years. So right, for a 50 HP motors, if you are just going to buy energy efficient motor in our industry, நல்லா இமேஜின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, ஒரு பாய்லர்ல ஒரு சிம்னி, ரைட்? ஸோ மேலே சிம்னியில் we are just going to suck it from that boiler unit, ஃபர்னஸ்ல வந்துட்டு we need to சிம்னிக்கு we need to give smoke அனுப்பணும். That's called அப்போ எனக்கு வந்து around we are just going to replace with the old 50 HP motors with the energy efficient motor. In our industry, energy efficient motor is cost, it will be very somewhat high compared to normal motors, right? Because of அதில் யூஸ் பண்ணுற காப்பர் மெட்டீரியல் வந்துட்டு ஹை குவாலிட்டி மெட்டீரியல் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. அண்ட் ப்ராப்பர் வென்டிலேஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்து நிறைய இஸ் கோயிங் டு கன்சிடர், ரைட்? ஸோ பை தோஸ் திங்ஸ் த காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தட் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டர் இஸ் லிட்டில் பிட் ஹை கம்பேர்ட் டு மை நார்மல் மோட்டர்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸ்டார் ரேட்டிங் மோட்டர்ஸ். பட் எனிவே நீங்க அவ்வளோ காஸ்ட் போயிட்டு வாங்கிட்டு இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணாலும் ஸோ அதனுடைய பே பேக் பீரியட் இஸ் நவ் கோயிங் டு ஸ்டார்டட் பை 1.5 இயர்ஸ். 1.5 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் it will give you payback because of every time it's going to consume only less amount of electricity energy. நார்மல் மோட்டர் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி அதிகமாக எடுத்துக்கும், பட் ப்ரைஸ் கம்மியாக இருக்கும், மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் ப்ரைஸ் கம்மியாக இருக்கும். பட் எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் மோட்டர் காஸ்ட் அதிகம், but savings it will be started by 1.5 years, right? So it will be good one. And then if the motor is now somewhat third case, right? So if the motor is somewhat get failed, so ஒரு motor fail ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, right? So motor run ஆகல, right? So as a people we need to go and visit, as energy management people we need to go visit why the motor is now not running. So we are just going to check it out. So because this is called entirely is now induction motor, so many problems will be occur on my induction motor is only in my field side, right? So only in field side, not in my rotating part. Rotating part is now squirrel cage induction motor, right? So it's now what to say, it's called closed path simple conductor. So one mistake வரப்போறதில்ல, right? So only the main thing is now going to happen inside my stator coil. ஸோ இந்த காயில் ஏதாவது இஷ்யூ இருக்கா? ஸோ காயில் ரீப்ளேஸ், தட்ஸ் கால்டு காயில மட்டும் ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஏதாவது சான்சஸ் இருக்கா? வி நீட் டு திங்க் ஓவர் தட், ரைட்? ஸோ வி நீட் டு திங்க் இட் அவுட். ஸோ இஸ் தெர் எனி பாசிபிலிட்டி டு டூ ரீவைண்டிங்? ஸோ ரீவைண்டிங் சான்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா யூ கேன் கோ வித் தட் ரீவைண்டிங். ஸோ ரீவைண்டிங்கோட காஸ்ட் அரௌண்ட் 60% போச்சுன்னா, ரீவைண்டிங்கோட காஸ்ட் அரௌண்ட் 60% ஆஃப் மோட்டரில் போயிடுச்சுன்னா, then you could go with the buy with the new motors, right? So this is one small thumb rule actually. So in your industry around rewinding oda cost எனக்கு 60% of motors வந்துருச்சுன்னா, you could now move into buy a new motor, right? So ஒரு 60% மேல rewinding cost வந்துச்சுன்னா, you could go with it, no issues. But it's exceeded around 60%, definitely you can go to new motor, right? So this is simple thing. ஏன்னா ரீவெண்டிங் பண்ணிட்டு மறுபடியும் ஒரு 3 இயர்ஸ்ல மறுபடியும் என்ன ஆகும், இந்த காயில் போயிடும். செகண்ட் நான் ரீவெண்டிங் பண்ணும். அதுக்கு நீங்க நியூ மோட்டர் வாங்கிட்டீங்கன்னா லைஃப் அதிகமாக ஓடிட்டு இருக்கும். 6 இயர்ஸ் கண்டினியூஸா 10 இயர்ஸ் கண்டினியூஸா ஓடும், ரைட்? தட்ஸ் வை தே ஹேவ் ஒன் ரூல். 60% ஆஃப் போயிடுச்சுன்னா யூ கேன் கோ வித் இட். அண்ட் தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், ப்ராப்பர் மோட்டர் சைசிங். ஐ டோல்ட் தட். ஸோ ப்ராப்பர் மோட்டர் சைசிங் இஸ் வெரி மச் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஒரு 10 kg லிஃப்ட் பண்ற இடத்துல எனக்கு ஒரு சின்ன மோட்டர் போடுறேன், ரைட்? ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 10 kg லிஃப்ட் பண்ற இடத்துல ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு கோ வித் இட் ஒரு 1 HP மோட்டர், ரைட்? So this is perfect sizing. For அதே 10 kg lift பண்ற இடத்துல I'm just going to install my 5 HP motors. இப்போ எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஸோ ரேட்டடை விட வாட் இஸ் த ரெக்யர்மெண்ட் நீடட் இன் மை இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, அதை நான் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணணும், ரைட்? ஸோ ஃபார் தட் பர்பஸ் ஒன்லி I'm just going to go with it motors. ஸோ அதை விட்டுட்டு நான் அதிகமான ரேட்டிங்கான மோட்டர் போட்டுட்டுனா அது என்ன ஆகும்? ஒர்க் அதிகமாக தான் கம்மியாக தான் செய்யுது, பட் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி எனர்ஜி இஸ் நவ் கன்சியூமிங் பை மச் ஹையர். அப்போ this is called improper sizing of motors, right? So it will lead to that you are just going to pay electricity bill is much higher than that. So for that purpose we are just going to do a survey. 1 second again, I told that previously, first slide I'm just going to go with it. That's called a motor survey. The motor survey itself you need to identify, right? So whether the motor is now properly selected for that particular application, that's called its motor survey. அங்கேயே we could have a question, இந்த மோட்டர் இவ்வளவு பெரிய அப்ளிகேஷனுக்கு தேவைப்படாது. இல்லைன்னா ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 10 kg லிஃப்ட் பண்ற இடத்துல ஒரு 1 kg லிஃப்ட் பண்ற மோட்டர் போட்டோம்னா இட்ஸ் கால்ட் அகைன் இம்ப்ராப்பர் செலக்ஷன். அப்போ மோட்டர் அந்த அப்ளிகேஷனை ரன் பண்ணவே ஒர்க் ஆகாது. we need to go with it. That's called motor survey. It's a big important thing, right? And what are the motors we need to be installed, and the size of motors and application of motors, whether it's satisfied that application, எல்லாத்தையுமே மோட்டர் சர்வேலே பார்த்துடணும், ரைட்? ஸோ this is called a motor survey, right? So proper selection, so it should be much important thing. And it will help you that the what could I say, energy efficient of your production, it will be very high. So improper select பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுடைய entire application is not going to be run. So definitely your output of your section of that particular industry, your output total stop ஆயிடும், right? So this is a important thing in proper selection of motor. And last thing, it's a big important one, that's called adjustable speed drives. So otherwise we'll call it as VFD, right? So we'll have one more name called VFD. Here they will give you AST, adjustable speed drive. It's a common normal name, but industry people will call it as VFD, right? So normally with speed drive, and it will give you exact power saving opportunities, right? So based upon my rotating torque, right? So that's called torque is now generated on my this rotating part, right? So based upon this required torque, we'll have feedback, right? So feedback with the help of a current sensor as well as voltage as well as RPM. It will be fed back into my power electronic devices. So based upon that requirement of mechanical torque, which is going to allow the flow of current inside this motor coil, right? So it's going to adjust, right, with the help of power electronic switches. It's going to adjust itself and it's going to give a power according to power load. So by doing this one, we could able to save this much around 70 to 60%, right? So அப்ப நீங்க ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் மோட்டர்ல மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, so எது most important thing? So one, this one, that's called predictive measurement, that's called preventive maintenance, right? Preventive maintenance is most important. By introducing preventive maintenance, you could able to save this too much, right? So 2 to 30% of energy you could able to use save. And one more thing now, by using energy efficient motor, you could able to reduce energy. And most important thing I'm just speaking, right? So first one, predictive maintenance, and energy efficient motors, and this one, VFD. இது மூணு இருந்துச்சுனாவே உங்க இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில around 30% of electricity energy is by consumed by electrical motor is now satisfied and may be reduced, right? So VFD, preventive maintenance, and energy efficient motors. If three things is happening in our industry, so no need to bother about electricity energy consumption by your motors. It will lead you into waste reduction, right? So it will lead you, give you much energy waste reduction. So most important thing, 60 model kandipa varum. Electrical management by motors. How we are just going to do electrical management by electrical motors? These three things must be important. One, preventive maintenance by using IoT wireless sensors, and energy efficient motors, and then VFD. So by using three things, you could able to save your electrical energy. So if moon things don't bother about electrical management on your motors. Three things will lead you, give you much energy saving. And final one, the most important thing, power factor correction. So this is the most important thing in index wherever just using induction motors, it's a very important thing. So to do power factor correction. So I just have a photo, right? So this is that power bank, it's capacitor power. You could see power bank of capacities 2, 4, 4, 8, 10, around 20 capacities are connected, right? It's called capacitor bank actually, right? So these are the capacitors, right? So it will give you that if the voltage waveform or current waveform is now getting delayed, right? So that's called lag, that we are just call it as power factor, right? So in thermal station or power generation station, here both are in phase, right? So power factor will be 1 actually. If you are using a resistive load, so if you are using pure resistive load, power factor it will be 1. It shows that my voltage waveform and current waveform are both are in same. So they like in phase, right? So whenever we are using introducing induction motors, whenever you are just going to connect induction loads to the AC power supply, there is a lag between voltage waveform and current waveform. If you're using a capacitive load in my AC power supply, there is a leading power factor will be occurring in my power supply. So this inductive load and capacitive loads, it will leads you that there is a power factor issue. So whenever the power factor is changing, right? So there is a big issue happening inside my electricity, right? That's called low and higher uh, power utilization is happening on my electrical thing, right? So the power factor is also most important thing. So we need to avoid those things. So power factor induce ஆகிறதுக்கு we need to go with that induction motor operation குள்ள போகணும். But அதை பத்தி பேசினா ஒரு extra 15 minutes to 20 minutes வேணும். Why the power factor is happening, power factor, right? So why they, because of induction machine is running based upon the principle of electromagnetic prediction of induction. So even though the motor is now rotating, there is a one more power supply is going to be generated in this my coil. That's called back EMF, and so like DC machines like we will call it as back EMF. Here also we'll have one more thing. It will affect my input power supply. That's called input power supply voltage waveform, current waveform. This will introduce this thing, right? So this is called power factor, right? So we need to introduce. So like enna panona, we'll going to parallelly connect some capacitors, right? So we are just going to parallelly connect many capacitors in my into that electrical machines. That's called AC induction type motors. We are just going to connect this capacitors in parallelly. It will give you that power factor correction. So we know already capacitor enna pannum, it will give you If the power factor is lagging, so it will give you that, so leading opposite la generate pannom. Now leading and lagging, it will be cancelled each other. It will try to make it as a in phase. In phase kondu vara mudiyadhu. So we could able to uh, have around 0.6 to 0.85 or 0.65 to 0.85. We could able to maintain this much area. If you're just crossing 0.85, that's called 0.9, that's called a leading power factor. So TNEB around they will maintain by 0.8 la maintain pandanga, we need to also maintain inside my industry around 0.8. So number 85 cross பண்ணி போச்சுன்னா, that's called a leading power factor. We need to remove those capacitors. Already extra connect இருக்குது என்ன பண்ணணும், one or two capacitor I need to remove it, and it will be become 8 வந்துரும். If the capacity is that power factor is getting below 0.65, I need to insert many capacitors into that my circuit. So then it will be boosted up at 0.8. So this way nowadays we will have a number of automatic power factor correction machines will be applicable in our market. So you could able to you could able to buy it and you could able to install many industries, right? So இங்கேயும் உங்களுடைய electrical engineers oda main things will be playing major role, right? So how the capacity is turned on automatically and turned on off automatically. There is a controllers will be attached here. That's called embedded controllers. Based upon this real-time value, it's going to switch on these capacitors whenever required, or whenever required, it's going to switch off. It's called onboard. We could able to do the Arduino process itself, right? We could do, we could have a we could have a different application for the here also, right? So in by doing power factor ratio, you could able to use our electrical power which is supplied by electricity. You could able to use in efficient manner. So if efficient manage பண்றதுக்கு we need to do a power factor correction, right? So those things need to be needed. And last one, I told that voltage imbalance, right? That's called we have discussed about somewhere in between. That's called maintenance, right? So predictive maintenance, we have discussed voltage imbalance. So one more last thing which I'm just going to tell you. So I told that, so R phase, this is R phase. For example, let us consider 5 HP motor, R phase, Y phase, P phase. We'll have 3 phase next motor. Just see, this is called 230 voltage, R phase to neutral, so Y phase to neutral, and B phase to neutral. So R phase to Y phase will be around 440, right? So for I'm just only considering average voltage. That's called phase to phase voltage, 230, 230, 230. It's now balanced voltage equation, balanced other, right? See now the flow of current, right? So current watch பண்ணீங்கன்னா different இருக்கு. So voltage கரெக்டா இருக்கு, but current check பண்ணுங்க, R phase ல 2.4 ampere, but my Y phase ல may now see R phase ல 2 ampere போயிட்டு இருக்கு, B phase ல 17 ampere, but B phase ல 40 ampere. So it will lead you, I already told you that, so whenever the current flow is increasing in any conductor, it will leads you high temperature. நல்லா வாட்ச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும், right? So something is now happening in my 5 HP motor, right? So this much temperature, it will introduce much heat on my B phase. automatically B phase என்ன ஆகும், is now getting failure. So total ஒரு phase failure ஆனா motor is now getting totally failure. We need to go with it rewinding. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், so we need to give you a separate current போடும். separate is called parallel current போடும், around 60 70 around எவ்வளவு ampere, 40 plus 20 60 62 ampere current இருக்குன்னா total current. So every phases needs to contribute around 20 ampere. So இது ஒரு 20, இது ஒரு 20, இது ஒரு 20. So இப்படி current flow இருக்கணும், அப்பதான் என்ன, this is good balanced motors, right? So இதை விட்டுட்டு இது மட்டும் 40 20 னா கண்டிப்பா motor is now going to in a balanced condition, definitely it will leads you a failure, right? So this is called, we need to go with it. So இது எங்க நமக்கு டிடெக்ட் பண்ண முடியும்னா, we need to go with IoT based sensors, right? So இதுல current sensor, voltage sensor, we need to fix it up, and every data is now coming from this motor. Is every time, every second we need to have a data, and we have a language. It will based upon your program, it will indicate it. So some motor is going to consume much energy in a particular B phase. So we are just having a pop-up message, trigger message, then immediately we'll go call and the particular section manager and operator will just stop that machine, will do a debugging technique, right? So by doing this checking this minimization, it will be thing, right? So we could able to have a 2.5 years we can have this type of technique, right? That's called 120 hertz vibration technique. There is a new technique will be available in my motor. So for a unbalanced notification, okay, this is called 120 hertz vibration monitor. This will be available in market. So this technique name apply பண்ணி வச்சீங்கன்னா your payback period will be around 2.5 years you will have a payback. So return amount it will be coming from this motor. Return amount எப்படி சார் வரும் அப்படின்னு கேட்கலாம். So I told that, so in our home பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு incandescent bulb இருக்கிறதுக்கும் ஒரு LED bulb இருக்கிறதுக்கும் different meaning இருக்கு, right? So incandescent bulb வந்து ஒரு 10 rupee for example, LED வந்து ஒரு 30 rupee. For example, I'm just speaking 10 rupee initial cost very low, right? So but energy consumption per day 1 rupee வச்சுக்கலாம், per day 1 rupee, but LED 30 rupees, but per day consumption will be 0.25 paise electricity consumption, right? So நம்ம 30 ரூபாய்க்கு பார்க்க மாட்டோம், 10 ரூபாய்க்கு தான் வாங்குவோம், because initial cost 10 rupees சொல்லுவோம், but daily electricity consumption which we are just going to pay 1 rupee. அது நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ண மாட்டோம், only we are just going to purchasing amount மட்டும் தான் வாட்ச் பண்ணுவோம். இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இது ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 10 டேஸ்க்கு now it will be 10 rupee I need to pay, but இதே 10 day 30 rupeeக்கு LED பல்ப் வாங்கியிருக்கேன், பட் ஹையர் காஸ்ட் தான். just see that's called a higher cost, but 30 daysக்கு how I just going to pay by 1/4, right? So 1/4 0.25 எவ்வளவு வரும், right? 10 daysக்கு 2.5 rupee தான் I'm just going to pay, right? So இங்க 10 rupee நான் வேஸ்ட் பண்றேன், இங்க 2.5 rupee தான் வேஸ்ட் பண்றேன். just imagine your payback period will be started by எப்போ payback ஆகும், 30 rupees எப்போ வரும், at a dead of 100 days. 100 daysக்கு அப்புறம் நீ 25 rupee நீ பே பண்ணிருப்ப, and 125th day that's called after 4, 3, 6 months, right? So after 6 months your payback period will be starting, right? Because of initial cost na 30 rupee na spend பண்றல, அது இங்க pay minus ஆயிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் I'm just going to get a payback. இங்க paybackங்கிற ஒரு கான்செப்டே கிடையாது, right? So within 11th day ல இருந்து we are just going to consume much electricity. This is called payback thing. So நான் LED bulb வச்சு சொன்னேன், the same way energy efficient motor. So you could relate with this example with your electricity energy efficient motors. So for example வந்துட்டு நார்மல் மோட்டர் வந்துட்டு ஒரு 5 HP மோட்டர் வாங்குறீங்க, so around ஒரு 16,000, right? 16,000. இப்போ I'm just அதே same 5 HP motor but energy efficient motor வாங்குறேன், right? So it will be around 30,000, right? For example I'm just speaking, right? So இதோட electricity consumption பாத்தீங்கன்னா per day around ஒரு 200 rupee அப்படின்னா, இதனுடைய எனர்ஜி எஃபிஷியன்ட் அரௌண்ட் ஒரு 120 ரூபி தான் வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. 80 ரூபி நான் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா ஜஸ்ட் கால்குலேட்டட் இட். ஸோ ஒரு பேபேக் பீரியட் வில் பி ஸ்டார்டட் பை 1.5 இயர்ஸ்ல பேபேக் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும், ரைட்? ஸோ இதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு ப்ராஃபிட் தான் வரும். பட் இனிஷியல் காஸ்ட் இட் வில் பி டபுள், பட் ஆஃப்டர் 2 years you will have full profit. That's why we'll talk it about energy efficient motors, right? So these are the 8 steps which is required to do energy management in my motor. So first one we need to go with that. What are the things I need to measure? It's a 16-mark question. Go with that. So what are the measurement things we are just going to do? These are the measurement technique we need to go with the electrical motors, and these are the stages which is needed. And before into management, I need to go with that plan. So in the plan line, things we need to go with that. And over steps, first thing, preventive maintenance I need to do. By doing 2 to 30% we could able to save, and go with that IoT, that's called preventive maintenance example. And energy efficient motors we need to choose for existing motors based upon the certification NMEA, IEC and IEEE motors. We'll discuss later. IEEE motor and NME motor we'll discuss later. And rewinding of motors, if the 60% of cost is exceeded for rewinding, you can go with the purchasing of new motors. And proper sizing of motor is most important, and using a VFD. So and then power factor, last one, finally power factor correction and voltage imbalance. So these are the techniques which is used to reduce or manage electricity energy by the electrical motors, right? So this is 60-mark question, 8 steps. I think I'm just going to wind up it over somewhat here. So we'll stop somewhere here, we'll discuss later, right? So I think I'm just going to rewinding. It's called I just already told you that. So this is a motor nameplate, Reliance Electric Motors, which is a Europe country, not our Reliance company, it's a Europe company. Motor HP pathina 75 HP and RPM 1780. This is a rated RPM. And if you could able to run this motor in a single phase as well as 3 phase, you could able to run this motor into single phase 3 phase. If you are just using 3 phase, around it will be 87 ampere. If it is just only 230 voltage, ampere rating, it will be around 1785. So in tomorrow classes we discussed about this one. I told that so energy efficient AC motor, you could see energy efficient AC motor. I told that. So what is called energy efficient motor? Now this one. So design B and type B and class installation F, and these things we will discuss. Code G. ஸோ வாட் இஸ் திஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். அண்ட் பவர் ஃபேக்டர் 0.849, மேக்ஸிமம் கேவிஆர் 17, and NMEIL told it. So what is the certificate? NMEA, that's called NMEEA certificate motor. That's in the motor NMEA certificate motor is the energy efficient motor சொல்லுவாங்க. That's called NEMA, called 94.1 efficiency. இந்த மோட்டரோட எஃபிஷியன்சி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ரேட்டட் RPM and rated voltage, இந்த rated currentல ரன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா this will give you 94 efficient. And it is a designed consideration, and while guaranteed நீங்க இந்த லோடுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா 93.6 efficiency it will give you. Then motor weight 796 lb by pound, right? So we'll discuss by tomorrow classes, right? So what is this, these are the things, energy efficient motors, right? How we could choose energy efficient motors, right? We'll discuss later. நம்ம இதெல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கவே மாட்டோம். நம்ம என்ன பார்ப்போம்? ஹார்ஸ் பவர் பார்ப்போம், RPM பார்ப்போம், வோல்டேஜ் ஆம்பியர் மட்டும் தான் பார்ப்போம். மீறி போனா frequency பார்ப்போம். This is 60 hertz. That's why I told that Europe countries they will use 60 hertz. In our ASEAN countries we are using 50 hertz. This is called the European country. That's why I told that the European company and Duty Master motors, right, brand. And we'll have energy efficient. We'll discuss by tomorrow classes, right? So இதெல்லாம் நம்ம நாளைக்கு detail discuss பண்ணுவோம், right? So I think we'll discuss by tomorrow. I think we reached around 12 o'clock, right? So thanks for listening. So before I'm just going to take attendance. So everyone just switch on your cameras. Shall I have a snap? So please switch on your cameras. புரிஞ்சுதா சங்கர்? எல்லாத்துக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதா? ஸோ நம்ம நார்மலா நினைச்சிருப்போம் ஒரு மோட்டர்ஸ்க்கு இவ்வளவு தேவைன்னு நினைச்சிருப்போம். பட் while speaking electricity management, so we need to consider this much. So சிம்பிளா நம்ம ஒரு வீட்டில் ஒரு நீங்க ஒரு what could I say, ஸோ ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் பம்ப் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா நம்ம சுவிட்ச் ஆன் பண்ணுவோம், சுவிட்ச் ஆஃப்